Okay, so for a story time today, it'll be a story time / like advice needed type of thing. So let me just get your guys' opinion on it, I guess. So this happened to me yesterday. So somebody that I know, like kind of texted me and was like, hey, do you want to like hang out? And I was like, no. But mind you, this person has been asking this for like a minute. And I was like, we are in quarantine. Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. And then so yesterday, it got to the point where like, so this person didn't text me, but instead this person snapped me. So, but the snap score only went up by 1 point. So I know only one person received it. And it was like, oh, like someone like hang out with me, come to this specific place. And I was like, absolutely not. So I just left it on red. And then another one comes 10 minutes later and it's like, someone hit me up and come hang out with me. And again, I left it on red and I was like, what is this person doing? So basically, I've come to the conclusion that probably this individual doesn't know how to be alone and doesn't like being alone. So do you guys have any thoughts or advice to give to someone who can't be alone?
Yeah, there's a thing called FaceTime.
Yeah.
And if you don't got an iPhone, you can do Zoom. Or if you don't want to do Zoom, there's a thing called Google Duo. Basically, it's FaceTime without Zoom and whatever.
Or Google. Bring it back to like 2011.
Calm.
No, I think they discontinued that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Aww.
But yeah, I've like it's one thing to do that where we're not in quarantine. And
yeah,
it's acceptable outside of quarantine, but in this setting, it's like, bro, like chill out, bro. Like,
yeah,
you're good. Just want like some attention, like they need,
yeah. So like, get over yourself, bro.
I feel like everyone kind of needs. I feel like everyone like needs some attention at some point.
Yeah,
everyone needs some, like, Well, like I don't know. It's the fact that it was like one snap to you and it kept going.
It's like, dude, like, come on.
Snap got video call too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello all, how you guys doing? So bring it back. What was it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Me and Danielle had a little Tinder seminar. So let me give you a little update. So at that last episode, I kind of hinted at something that happened. Where it was like, hey, don't wait 3 days basically for someone to respond. I didn't do that. My friend, I was rookie to the game Tinder. And so I just give you a little rundown. Let's just call her A. Okay. So me and A are talking. Okay, we're on Tinder. It's going real good. It's going really well. And like I'm feeling myself, and I hit her with this one line, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Right? And so I think probably like a day later, I was like, "Hey, what's your Snap?" And then I get her Snap, and then we start talking on Snap. She goes, "Hey," I go, "Hey, what's up?" She leaves me on delivered for about 23 hours, around there. I'm like, interesting. Okay. And so I'm telling my cousin, and I'm telling Danielle, and then and my cousin calls me while I'm on FaceTime with Danielle, and so Danielle, I'll call you back and see what happens. And so my cousin tells me, hey, just unadd A on Snap. I sent her a message because the girls were just playing during quarantine, they bored, and I was like, you right. I'm not gonna be out here being a sucker. So I add her on Snap, but something told me not to unmatch her on Tinder. So on Tinder, just to get the point across, because I go, hey A, it's been real, and I left it at that. And so then like 10 minutes later, I get a response, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And she goes, hey, I messaged you on Snap, but you unadded me, LOL. And I was like, nah, you didn't message me. Because that thing said like almost 2 days. And she was like, no, this is what I would have sent you. And she hit me with she said, now, I just want you to just before I tell you this, I want you to just like put yourself in my shoes for a second. You're the person reading this message, okay? And you just unadded this person on Snap. She tells me, my grandfather passed away, and I just haven't been on my phone a lot. That's why I haven't been messaging you. So now put yourself in the mindset of me. I'm sitting down looking at my phone. You know, like what am I supposed to say? I feel like I feel awful. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Like what am I supposed to do? It was a really bad situation, and it was like, oh my, it was bad. And then I told Danielle, and Dylan was like, no, 3 days, Dylan. I was like, I didn't know. And then my cousin felt really bad, and I was like, it's all your fault. Yeah, so moral of the story, guys. Wait, actually, hold on. So we still kind of talk, but like I feel like that's something that's probably gonna be like, is there? You know, I did that. But yeah, moral of the story. Wait 3 days, and yeah. Jesus, this is something. I'll tell you that.
The advice we give is for a reason.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dylan.
No. For
Also,
sure.
the 3-day rule applies to like relationships or people that you're talking to. Cause like, say you're with this girl, and then you break up with her, and then you're like, I want her back. You're the one that did everything in the relationship, so you were like, dang, you know. So then you're like, let me wait for her to see what she wants. If she doesn't text you back in 3 days, it's clipped, bro.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me add on to that. So let's say you're talking to somebody, okay? Boy or girl, doesn't matter. And you feel like, I don't know, you're always starting the conversation. You think they're starting the conversation, but they're just responding, you know? And so you're always starting the conversation, and then you're like, damn, it's like, oh, what's wrong? Let me not start. Let me see what happens. And then they be like, damn, like he or she stopped talking to me. Like, I don't know what happened. No, you just couldn't start the conversation. So I feel like if you're in a situation where it's just like, damn, I'm always reaching out first, I think you wait 3 days. And I think it also applies if you wait 3 days, and if they don't like even say hey or like try to like text you, then it's just, you gotta leave it alone. Because that's what happened to me with another Tinder person. I was just like,
But yeah, even like I know like personally, like if I'm like constantly like, I don't know, I don't always like think about it that much, because I feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I think about it that much. Like, oh, I'm always the one that starts the conversation. Like, I feel like sometimes it's obvious. Like, if it's really like dry, then like
if it's really like a problem, yes.
Yeah, then I get it. But like sometimes I'm just like, oh, like I missed this person, I'm gonna text them. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm just not thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna text them. So I guess like every situation's different. So yeah, that was
no, yeah.
Assess the situation. And that's what I was gonna say. When Dylan was done talking, to assess the situation as it comes, because like sometimes it's not people trying to avoid you or not trying to talk to you, but sometimes they got things going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So you put like an extra 2 or 3 days on it, but like but like, you know, it depends on the situation. Like if it's always just like, hey, it's like a bunch of haze and like, what you doing? It's like this is real dry, and he's like, you know what, let me see if she like or he reaches out and see what happens. And you know, you just like, you forget, oh yeah, you're still on my phone, you know, so
Yeah.
but yeah, guys, don't add people on Snap.
Coming up next.
We were at a stoplight, and I turned and I look, and I was like, that looks a lot like David Dobrik.
My story time is a little more serious, but I look back on it and I laugh. So over winter break, me and my friends almost got kidnapped.